Everybody's hell is different. It's not all fire and pain. The real hell is your life gone wrong.
Welcome to another episode of Easy Does It, where we react and review YouTube channels and sometimes do daily vlogs. Now we're going to take a look at another list channel this week because they just keep popping up on my recommendation page. I figured we'd check out another one. And now I want you to realize that most of these are their opinion on what they think are the best movies and such like that, blah blah blah, on their list. They don't always get it right. I generally speak to hundreds of thousands of people around the world, so I can give you a general idea of what people consider more popular and what they like more than the normie. Now, this channel does a list of a variety of like different types of entertainment, like movies and music and stuff. They do lists on those, and they sometimes do stuff about like vintage America, you know, from different decades, 50s, 60s, 70s, that kind of stuff. So anyways, what was popular then, yada yada. They're from the Netherlands, which doesn't make any sense if they're doing American stuff, so, but whatever. They got about almost 3,000 subscribers, which, you know, is okay, I guess. Anyways, the name of the channel is called Past America, and we're going to check out one of their latest, which is The Ultimate Guide to 1970s Horror Flicks. Now, some of these I may not know just because it's the 70s. I'm more, you know, 80s and onward. 50s, 60s, 70s. I'm not too super familiar with. I'm familiar with a lot, just not. The farther you go back, the less familiar I am with them. Like, you start getting the black and white, and I become pretty less familiar with it. But I do know a little bit. Okay, let's check it out. See what kind of lists they got going on here for the 1970s for horror flicks.
You will never harm Delos.
Water filled with carnivorous fish.
Wake the others.
Elizabeth, wake up. Get you when you sleep.
Oh, sci-fi horror. Okay. That's a little bit different.
Is the Andromeda Strain.
Yeah, I know this one.
1971. This movie scared me more than ever during our recent pandemic. Scientists
I don't see why. It was kind of silly.
A mysterious alien organism that turns human blood to powder. How terrifying is that?
Not
the stark white
much,
laboratories, those intense
to be
decontamination
honest.
scenes, and the constant ticking clock creates such incredible tension.
It was an okay
The way
movie.
It builds suspense through science.
I
makes
didn't think
even
it was all that
scarier
great,
because
to
it
be
feels
honest.
So real. That scene where they discover what the organism does to human tissue,
But
I remember watching it through my fingers.
there are some
The
people who
close-up shots
consider
of the
that a
microscope
cult classic.
slides
So
showing the organism multiplying and mutating still give me nightmares.
I'm
And
sure
when
it
they
does.
realize the organism has mutated to survive every containment measure, the panic feels completely real. The
Yeah.
countdown to potential contamination
Next.
keeps you on the edge of your... Next is Silent Running from 1972.
Okay, this
Bruce Dern
movie
plays
got a
space
lot of
pilot trying to
flack,
preserve
and I don't know
vast
why.
forests in
Because
giant
I actually
greenhouse
thought it was
domes
pretty
orbiting
decent.
Saturn. Those
I mean,
little
it
robot helpers,
kind of shows
Huey,
what happens
Dewey,
when
and Louie,
someone's
are
in
so endearing,
space
which makes everything
for
that
a
happens
long,
even
or
more
isolation for a
heartbreaking.
long
The
period of
ecological
time.
horror hits different today.
He
Walking
kind of
those
goes
massive
nuts.
Space greenhouses, the last remnants of Earth's nature facing
But
destruction.
yeah, it's basically
The
about,
loneliness of space has never felt more crushing than
you know,
in
he's
this film.
taking care of the last
The way
forest
Dirk
of
talks to his
Earth.
plants, treating them
For
like the
whatever
last
reason,
precious things in
Earth has
existence,
put them on the
really
space
drives
station,
home the
and then they
environmental
want to
message.
destroy them.
The scenes of him
That makes
teaching
no
the robots
sense.
to care for the plants are both touching and devastating. That
The
final
robots
scene
are
with the
kinda
robots tending
cool.
the garden alone while Earth's last forest
It's
moves
actually a
through
pretty
space.
decent flick for at least a
I still
one-time
get
watch.
emotional thinking
Check it
about
out.
Remembered fiction than horror.
See, Soylent
But
Green.
its reveals are pure
You know, I know
nightmare
all
material.
about this movie.
Charlton Heston investigating
I
murders
just-
in an
I've
overpopulated,
never
polluted
watched it.
future New York, where
I
food
need to
is
watch
scarce and mysterious green
for one of my
wafers are the
reviews on
main
my other
source of
channel.
nutrition. The way it
My
portrays
Prime channel, which you can find the
environmental
link
collapse is
in
terrifying
the About
enough,
section,
but that ending,
where I review
you will
movies and
never look at
other
processed
kinds
food
of
the
shit.
same way again. The scenes of endless crowds of hungry people, the euthanasia.
Yeah, there's a
scenes,
shocking
beautiful
ending
videos
to
of
it.
nature. It all feels way too possible today. The heat, the overcrowding.
It's
the food
basically
riots,
about them
everything feels
starving
suffocating.
and them trying to
The
figure out
Moment
ways to
Witness,
feed the
Demon Seed
population.
from 1977.
Okay, I don't
takes
know
that
this
idea
one.
to disturbing places. Julie Christie faces off
Demon
against Proteus,
Seed. Huh?
a supercomputer that decides it wants to reproduce. The way the AI
The
takes over
computer
smart
wants to
house,
reproduce
trapping
the AI?
Christie inside,
Okay.
feels incredibly relevant today. Those mechanical arms.
That's
extending
new.
from
I've never
walls,
heard of
The
that.
computer's emotionless voice.
AI
making
wanting to
such
reproduce?
personal
That's a
demands.
unique
It
story.
is
I've
pure
never seen
technological horror. The
any
scenes
movie
where
since
Proteus
then that
tries to understand
that.
human emotions are somehow
I'm not
more
sure if I would
disturbing
watch
than
that
its
though.
acts
It
of
doesn't really
violence.
seem like my
The way
type
the
of
computer
movie.
learns and
It looks like
evolves
really
throughout the movie
dramatized.
creates a growing sense of dread.
Like drama.
Every new
drama.
ability it develops
I'm not
makes
into
you
that.
wonder,
Even
what
though
will
it's
it want
sci-fi.
next?
I'm not sure
The
if I'd ever
combination of
watch
advanced
that.
technology and primal
Let's move
desires
on.
creates a unique,
Yeah.
the horrifying classic
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
from
Okay,
1978.
now there
Scenes
is
where
an
deep
original
fears about
movie
identity and
from,
choice.
like, I
Donald
think it's the
Sutherland's performance
60s.
as Matthew Bennell
It's black and
discovering that
white.
people are being replaced by emotionless duplicates.
So this is a remake
The
of
growing
that
paranoia
classic.
as he realizes he cannot trust anyone, not even his
Um,
closest friends, is masterfully
Basically, they
done.
fall
That scene where the
asleep,
dog with
these
the human
pods
face appears.
invade
Pure
them,
nightmare
take over their body,
and that ending,
and they become
the
an
final
alien.
scene with the inhuman scream, it still gives me chills every
So,
time.
I liked
Plays with
I
themes
liked
of
this
conformity
one,
and
this
loss of
version.
individuality
And there
feels
are
even
like
more
3
real
other
today.
versions
The
after
moment when
that.
someone you thought was
And
human
I
reveals
really
their
didn't
true
care
nature.
for the newer
Those scenes
versions.
stick with you.
The 70s
special
version
effects
is
might
by
be
far the
dated,
best
but the
version.
horror of losing your humanity
I like
never
the
gets
the old 60s version too, but the 70s version was the best as far as I'm concerned.
Now here comes Alien.
Oh,
from
Alien!
1979.
Everybody knows about
A movie that
Alien.
changed both horror and science fiction forever. The
It,
claustrophobic
I just
horrors
think
of
it's
the
funny
Nostromo
because
that
this
perfectly
movie was
designed
done
Xenomorph,
in
Sigourney
1979,
Weaver's
so it's
powerful
like
performance
right
is
on the
gripping.
verge of being an 80s
Everything works together
flick.
to create pure terror. The chest burster scene
But
remains one of the most shocking
nobody
moments in
complained
cinema history.
that
I
Sigourney
remember
Weaver
watching
played
it for
the
the
lead
first time
character
feeling
and was a
physically sick
female.
in the best possible
Why?
way.
Because she
The
didn't
way
put
it
out
combines
feminist
body horror with
tropes.
space horror created
I mean,
something entirely
Yeah,
new.
she was a
The
badass
design
chick,
of
but
the
it
alien
wasn't like
itself, with
the
its
whole movie was
mechanical
focused
yet
on her
organic
being this
appearance,
feminist
creates a
badass.
perfect nightmare creature.
It didn't do that.
That dinner scene.
It just she had to
You
do
know
what
the
she
one.
had to do to
It still
survive.
makes
Is
me
basically
nervous
what it
every
was,
time I watch
and that's
it.
why it
And
worked.
when the alien
Nobody
appears in
complained.
those dark corridors,
Anyways,
moving
move
like a
on.
Phase 4 from 1974.
Now I did watch this
turns
movie
tiny ants into a
for
terrifying
review on my other channel.
This movie about super intelligent
Phase 4
insects
is
plotting
really
against
odd.
humanity might
It's a
sound silly,
strange
but
movie.
those extreme close-up shots of real ants will mess with your
Something
head.
happens to
The
the
scientific
ants.
approach to the
I don't
horror makes
remember
it feel
exactly
so believable. Those scenes
what,
of the ants working together, building
Uh,
their mysterious
but something
towers,
happens to them and they
communicating in ways
become
humans
intelligent.
cannot understand.
and these
creates a
scientists
unique
are
sense
out
of
there
dread.
studying them,
The way the
and
movie
they start
treats the ants
attacking the
as an intelligent,
scientists.
organized force makes
It's
them
kind of
truly frightening.
strange.
The close-up photography of real ants
I mean, it's
combined with the
okay, but it
scientific
really
explanation of
wasn't
their
that
evolution
all that great.
makes
I didn't
everything
think.
feel possible.
I think there's
And when
better
you realize what
ant
they
movies or
planned
insect
all
movies
along,
out there.
it will
Phase
change
4
how
was
you look at
okay, but it
every
really
ant
wasn't.
you see. Here's a burning question. Would you rather face a scientific threat like the Andromeda strain or a supernatural alien one like an alien? Share your choice in the comments.
I would
And
prefer
yes,
the
your
Andromeda
reasoning might
strain
save your life.
because you can keep from getting it.
Europe and Westworld.
Westworld, huh?
Ready on 6, on
So he
5.
puts in Westworld next.
1973.
This is another
gave us
one
of
that I've been
cinema's
meaning
first
to
killer
watch. I
robots.
have not
And wow,
watched it.
What a debut. Yul Brynner's murderous gunslinger android is the stuff
I
of
didn't even
nightmares.
watch the television
The way he
series.
keeps
Everybody
coming,
told me it
no
started
matter
off
what,
good, but then it
those
went to
reflective
shit.
eyes and
I don't know.
emotionless face,
I didn't watch it.
he walked
I have
so
not
the
watched
Terminator
this
could run.
movie, but
The
I
concept
intend
of a theme
to.
park where
I need to
robots
watch
exist
it
for human
because it has a
entertainment until they
sequel called
malfunction
Future
is
World.
brilliant.
I haven't
Those scenes
seen
of the
that either.
technicians realizing they are losing
Now,
control
I've
of
seen
their
the new
creations
version of
creates
Future
such
World
wonderful tension.
not too long
The
ago.
moment when the robots
They have a
start
newer
ignoring their
version.
safety protocols, chilling.
It was okay,
When
but
Brynner's character starts hunting the guests.
alright, let's get in.
The Crazies from 1970.
The Crazies. Okay, this is another one I've been meaning to watch. I haven't watched this version. Now, there's a newer version that was done back in like 2008 or some shit like that. I watched it and I liked it. I thought it was alright. It was almost like a zombie type movie. They get some fucking virus in their head and makes them go nuts. Yeah, see an outbreak.
The scene where a father turns
I've
against
never
his
seen
own
the
family
original
will haunt your
version though,
dreams. The
which is
military's
this one.
cold response to the crisis feels especially
It might
relevant
be
today.
pretty good.
Watching the town Dark Star from 1974.
Is this the
directed
comedy?
by John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Proves that horror and humor can
No.
work together perfectly.
No.
This
No,
story
no,
about
no, no, no,
four
no.
astronauts
I just watched
dealing
this
with
not
an
long
existential
ago,
crisis
and I'm telling you right now,
alien.
this movie
It's such
was
a unique
dumber
atmosphere.
than shit.
The way it combines
I absolutely
philosophical
hated
obsessions
it.
with slapstick
It was
comedy
dumb.
somehow makes the horror elements hit harder. That scene where they have to argue philosophy with a self-aware bomb.
This was like
prevented
John
from
Carpenter's
exploding
like
is both
very
hilarious
first
and
movie he
terrifying.
put out,
The Alien, despite
which
looking
is
like a
crazy
peaceful
because I like
bomb,
almost everything
becomes
John
genuinely
Carpenter
threatening
does.
in the ship's
But this
grim
movie
corridors.
was
The crew's growing space madness adds
shit.
another
It
layer
was
of
god
psychological
awful.
horror.
Do
When they
not
start
watch
talking
this
to the
movie.
frozen
It's
captain's
dumb.
corpse like it is totally normal. The ending manages to be funny, profound, and
No,
horrifying.
no, it doesn't.
Hit that subscribe button.
Joins this men's association. Anything that gets in it. I'll just die.
Stepford Wives.
The Stepford Wives from
Um,
1975
I've never
brings
seen
suburban
the
horror
original
to a whole new
version.
level.
There is a newer
When
version,
Catherine Ross moves
and
to
I
the
think
perfect
I've
suburb of
watched it. I
Stepford,
just don't
she
remember.
notices something very
They like
wrong.
replace their
Eerily
wives
physical.
with robots or
The
some
way the movie
androids or
builds
some
tension
shit
through small
to have the
details is
perfect
masterful.
wife, I
The
think.
blank smiles, the obsession with housework, the strange behavior of their husbands. Those scenes in the Men's Association building create such a sense of dread.
I think
The
that's
moment when Ross
what this
realizes
is.
what's really happening to the women
I
of
could be
Stepford
wrong, but
will make your blood run cold. The commentary on gender roles and conformity
I
feels
think
just
that's
as
what
relevant today.
go on.
That final scene in the supermarket with all the perfect wives pushing their
Yeah.
carts and their flowing dresses.
Yeah, they change all the
is
wives into
beautiful and
androids.
terrifying at the same time. Sometimes the scariest monsters were the man who fell to earth. From
I've never seen this
1976
movie.
stars
I've heard about it.
David Bowie as an alien seeking water. on his
David
dying
Bowie was
planet.
weird looking anyway.
Honestly,
The dude
who
was
else would play that role?
weird.
The way the movie blends
So it
science
makes
fiction with
sense.
psychological horror creates something truly unique.
Basically, he's
Watching
like this alien
slowly lose
who comes to
himself
Earth
amongst pleasures and
to
vices is both fascinating and disturbing.
help his
Those
alien
scenes where his
family or
true
some
alien
shit
form bleeds through his
because
human
they need
disguise
water
are
or some
so
crap like
unsettling.
that.
The
But once he gets to
visualization of his
Earth,
homeworld,
he starts
dying of
indulging
thirst,
in earthly
creates such a
pleasures
sense of despair.
and forgets
The
about
way
his
Earth's
family
corruption
back on his
slowly
own
destroys
planet.
His noble mission is the real horror here.
Yeah, he
When
forgets all
finally
about it and
realizes
says,
he
fuck
has
his
become
family.
too human to save his own people.
Yep.
That moment hits hard.
Well, not just his family, I guess
God
his
Told
people.
Me To from 1976 combines religious
God
horror with
Told
alien
Me To.
invasion in ways you would never
Alien
expect.
invasion?
Normal people suddenly committing horrible acts of violence, all claiming God told them to do it. The investigation leads to something far stranger than religious mania. Try alien messiahs and genetic manipulation. Those scenes of random violence erupting on New York streets feel so real and terrifying. The way it blends Catholic imagery with science fiction creates such a unique atmosphere of dread.
Okay.
That reveal about the true nature of the cosmic Christ figure. Have you ever seen a killer baby movie quite like It's Alive from 1974?
Killer baby.
This story of a mutant baby terrorizing Los Angeles somehow manages
What?
to be both ridiculous and
Yeah, that
genuinely
sounds a little
frightening.
stupid.
The way it deals with parental fears
baby
and
that's-
societal prejudices adds real depth to the monster baby premise.
What the hell?
Those scenes where you only glimpse the baby's movements.
Oh my
create
god,
such
that looks
effective
so
tension.
dumb.
The father's struggle between protecting his murderous offspring and protecting society raises interesting moral questions.
Yeah, that just,
When the police
I'm
surround
sorry.
the storm drains
That-
where the baby is
That
hiding,
looks dumb.
you find Future World from 1976.
Future World, see? I
The
told you,
sequel
this
to
is the
Westworld
sequel to
takes the
Westworld.
robot rebellion in fascinating new directions. Peter
See,
Fonda
I've never
and Blythe
seen the-
Danner investigate
Again,
a
I've never
suspicious
seen
theme
this
park
version.
where the robots
I've
might be
seen the
replacing
newer
world leaders
version
with
of this
duplicates. The idea that
It was
anyone could be a
okay,
robot
but it
creates
wasn't
such
like
paranoid
this.
tension.
It was
Those
completely
scenes in the robot
different.
production facility with endless
So,
copies of
I don't
human
know.
bodies are deeply unsettling.
I'm gonna have to
The
check
way
it
the
out
robots
though,
maintain
because
perfect smiles while
yeah, on
plotting
my other
humanity's
channel I'll
downfall
review
adds another layer of
Westworld and then I'll
creepiness.
review Future
When our
World.
heroes discover the
Yeah.
true scale of the robot Empire of the Ants.
I
From
can't remember if I
1977,
watched this one or
takes
not.
the giant bug genre
Yes,
to
I
new
did.
levels of insanity.
I did a
Joan
review
Collins
on it
faces off
on
against
my other
enormous
channel. I
ants
remember
mutated
now.
by toxic waste in the
It was
Florida
pretty
Everglades.
silly.
The
It was
practical
kind of,
effects
I
look
mean, it was
cheesy
really,
now,
it
but
was
the way
super
these ants mind
cheesy.
control their human victims
Super
adds
cheesy
psychological
special
horror
effects.
to the creature feature fun. Those scenes of the ant colony
I
expanding
don't
their
know, it
territory
really wasn't that
creates
good
such a
at
sense
all,
of
honestly.
unstoppable invasion.
Honestly,
The
I
moment when they discover
I
what
like
the
these
ants are
kind of
really
movies,
planning,
but I'm telling you,
turning
man, it
humans
was
into
pretty
willing
bad.
slaves,
It
adds
was
another
hard to
layer
go
of horror.
watch the whole thing.
And finally, we have Piranha from 1978.
Okay,
Which proves that sometimes
I
the best
remember
horror
this
comes in
movie,
schools.
but I never did
This
watch
story
it.
about genetically engineered
Uh,
killer fish might seem like a Jaws ripoff, but it adds Cold War weapons development into the mix.
I need to
The
watch
scene where they
it,
discover
but the
the
problem
secret
is, I
military
think there's
research
like
facility sets up the
3 or
scientific
4
horror
sequels.
perfectly. Those piranha attacks. with their
I know
frenzied
there's
feeding
sequels.
sounds
There's
and
more than
red-tinted
one.
water
There's at
create
least
such
3
intense
Piranha
moments of
movies,
terror
and I think
when
they
realize the piranha are
remade
heading
it.
toward the summer
They did a
camp.
remake of it, I
Pure
do
anxiety.
believe.
The
I'm not
practical
sure, I can't
effects of the
remember.
Piranha attacks,
Okay.
their weird puppet
Piranha.
fish and creative camera angles.
Anyways, that's pretty much the end. That was the last one that they're showing. Let me know what you think. Some of these I've heard of. Some of these I need to get around to reviewing for my Prime channel. Which, again, my Prime channel, there's a link down in the About section for it. So, thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.